Hi everyone.
Hi, everybody.
I'm Salvatore Peluso, an independent journalist and curator based in Milan. And I'm here with Antonio Monda. Antonio Monda was born in Velletri near Rome in 1962, but moved to America at a very young age to live the American dream. And today he teaches at the film department of the Tisch School of Arts at New York University. And he's a writer. He has written novels, short story collection, but also organized and curated major exhibitions and events at institutions such as MoMA in New York, the Guggenheim Museum, the Lincoln Center. He also was the artistic director of the Rome Film Festival from 2015 to 2021. And he, in general, curates a lot of literary and movie festivals in Italy and the US. But we are here because Monda's latest adventure is to transpose David Lynch's metaphysical thinking into physical spaces, a physical environment, because he will be the curator of the exhibition Interiors by David Lynch, a thinking room, which be inaugurated within the spaces of the Salone del Mobile and will be open from April 16th to April 21st in Milan. So first of all, thank you, Mr. Monda, to be here with us.
Thank you. I'm currently in Rome for a week. This is my Rome apartment. And I just went to Milan to check the status of the construction. Everybody seems to be very happy, including David Lynch.
We will focus on this project in particular, but I would also love to know a little bit more about some parts of your work. But the very first question is about David Lynch and what is his relationship between his practice as a movie director and design.
Let me start with a personal anecdote. When I was the director of the Rome Film Festival, I presented David Lynch with the Lifetime Achievement Award, and he invited me to visit him in his office in Los Angeles. So I went to his office and he told me, I want to show what I'm doing now. And I believe he was doing a film or preparing or editing a film. Instead, he was polishing a desk. I said, what are you doing? This is what I do. I build and design and build furniture. And I realized that is much more than a hobby. It's something that he loves to do it together with painting. So it's another way of expressing himself. And second, after that, when I started working on this project, I realized that furniture and in general interiors and in general decoration is something absolutely vital. There are characters in his films.
How do you translate his thinking, into his thoughts into a space?
I do not translate, he does. And when you will watch the two identical thinking room, you will see that it's clearly part of his universe, his creation, his world, his parallel world. And it's purely from the same mind, the same angle, the same eye who created Blue Velvet, Twin Peaks, Wild at Heart, etc. And it's a dreamy-like experience, and it immerses you in a completely different world.
How his dreamlike dimension can coexist with the chaotic and commercial dimension of the Salone. I mean, it's a kind of very different situation.
First of all, they are the center and the heart and the special event of Salone, first. Second, they are completely englobated, separated from all the rest. In other words, spectators, visitors must do a little path on a line, and they enter these completely closed elements, completely closed rooms. So basically, what is inside has nothing to do with the outside. The visitors can just see, but in the future, they can be part of a experience, meaning that whoever enters this room, not now, not at the salon, can eventually sit on there's a big, like a throne in the middle, a large armchair. They eventually can sit there, to meditate.
What is your personal relationship with Lynch?
It's a lot of fun because it's always surprising, it's always exciting, it's never banal, it's never expected. I met him in the end of last century, 98, 99, when I presented in Los Angeles the restoration of 8.5 at the Academy. And he was in the audience because he's a huge fan of Fellini, and we met there. And I was very flattered that David Lynch was there. Then we realized that we have so many friends in common. One of them, Isabella Rossellini. So we became sort of friends, maybe it's too much. We know each other quite well. And then again, in 2017, I presented him with the Lifetime Achievement Award in Rome, and he came. And we spent 4 days.
How was to work with him to work with him for this installation?
First of all, he controls every single element. He checks every small, apparently insignificant element. At the same time, he has the joy of creating. There is nothing nothing heavy-handed. It's always light in the best possible way. He is able to be at the same time profound, deep, and light.
What tools does he use? Like sketches or models or
sketches? Sometimes first a preliminary sketch, then he elaborates, and the first sketch is just with a pencil or a pen, and this is what I want. Then he starts dealing with the constructors. Then the constructors send him back a rendering, and then he does something more. But it starts from sketches, yes.
So, if I'm not mistaken, well, I heard it during the press conference that the team of the designer from Milan's Piccolo Teatro. So it's interesting how, because he choose the scenographers and not interior designer to complete the final part of the production.
Yes, it's a man of he's a cinema man. and he trusts them, and he's very, very happy with them. I am happy to report this.
In addition to writing and teaching, you often find yourself working as a curator. So I already mentioned the institution you work with, but can you tell us, like, this part of your profession? Is it the first time you tell the poetics of a director through space?
My goal is to communicate ideas, and I do communicate ideas through teaching, to writing, to organizing cultural events. But at the end of the day, there are different ways to communicate ideas. This time I communicate ideas through, it's David Lynch who is communicating his own idea, but I am in the middle, sharing and making sure that this reaches a large audience, reaches the visitors of Salone del Mobile. When I was approached by Salone del Mobile, I immediately proposed Lynch, and I must say they were all very happy because I knew that it was perfect for this designing thing, for this furniture thing.
The other project, for example, for MoMA, what you did?
Oh, I did maybe 20 retrospective. I did Anna Magnani, Gillo Pontecorvo, Paolo e Vittorio Taviani, especially Italian films, but not only. I did Michael Cimino and others. Second act, rediscovery great forgotten films. But now, if I ask me what I'm doing now, I just completed a oral history of Hollywood, which will become a book.
In the recent years, well, it's in the design world, it is quite common to find designers and architects who feel the need to express a certain concept or ideas or narrate projects through the medium of video, no? There are not movie, but also very different. Let's call it moving image, you know. But I wonder if vice versa, filmmakers today also want to express themselves through design of real spaces, no?
Wes Anderson designed the Prada coffee shop, the bar. Luca Guadagnino is also he designs interiors and in particular furniture. It's not so rare, especially the new generation of filmmakers do this. Yeah, the most visual among them.